Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiana, also known as the queen of hyperpigmentation and skin discoloration. But anyways, this is Tiana's channel and I do like to cover beauty related topics on my channel. So today I want to show you guys how to color correct or how I color correct my skin whenever I'm wearing makeup. As you can see, I do have like a lot of dark spots going down the side of my face and just on each side actually. Just going down the side of my face because I used to have a lot of acne right here, but then I took Accutane and got rid of that, so now I'm left with a bunch of scarring. And for some reason I have a darker mouth region compared to the rest of my skin, so I feel like my cheeks and everything else is lighter, but as I come down to this area it's darker. As I come down to this area it's darker, and this area it's darker. When I'm contouring, my cheeks are not so much a problem, but for me, this area of my face is. I don't know why this part is darker than the rest of my face, but for whatever the reason it is. So because of that, I like to color correct before I put on my makeup. And I just want to show you guys, if you are not familiar with color correcting at all, the idea is to use a concealer that is complementary to the color of the issue that you're having. So for reference, I'm going to throw up some color wheels for you guys, and if you are not familiar with what complementary colors are, just take a look at this little pie chart of colors and look at the color directly across from it. So these are known to cancel each other out when they're layered on top of each other. So for instance, if you have some red irritated skin, like maybe from a zit or for whatever the reason, if it's red and irritated, you might want to go in with a green concealer. Or if you have dark blue under eye circle bags, then you want to go in with an orange or concealer or a peach, something like that. But I don't really have dark under eyes. I do have bags, but they're not really discolored. My discoloration is really along my cheeks and around my mouth area. So because they're dark in color and I have darker skin compared to some fairer skinned people, I'm going to go in with an orange to cancel the dark pigmentation out of my skin. So I do want to show you guys what I'll be using, and first things first, you gotta have a primer. So I'm just going to use the e.l.f. Cosmetics primer, and then I have the orange concealer. This is by Black Radiance, but you can really get it from any kind of brand, and this is just from a drugstore. You can really find it anywhere. There's so many different color concealers. So this is the one that I have, and I really like it so far, so I do recommend it. And then I'm just going to go in with this L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation. I have the color C6, and this also has SPF in it, SPF 20, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get started because I don't want this video to be too long. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and start with my primer. I do have a mirror off to my left side right here, so that's what I'll be using if you see me looking down to the left. I'm just going to go ahead and prime my whole face and then get started on the concealer. Alright, so I just put the primer on, and before I get started with the concealer, I do want to show you guys, before I forget, a video of what I look like before. So if you can see, this is what it looks like before, and then you have this side, and then my mouth region. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So this color correcting concealer comes with a little brush applicator, so I don't need another brush to rub this in. But I just want to start by putting on the areas that are darker than the rest of my skin. And for me, like I said, that's around my mouth. So I really do go in around my mouth and just try to put all the orange concealer around my mouth. Also, if you are a guy watching this and you like to wear makeup, you might find it useful for if you have a 5 o'clock shadow and you want to cover that up and conceal it. If you have darker hair, if it grows in darker, you could just put this along your jawline and then go in on top of that with your foundation. I didn't forget about y'all. This channel is all inclusive, so let's continue. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put this around my mouth, and then I'm also going to go along my cheeks. Now that I have that all the way covered, I'm just gonna go on my cheeks right here and just kind of dab at it and kind of go in like this, cover up the dark spots. So for this, I'm not too crazy about concealing everything because whenever you finish your final makeup look, you do have to contour your cheeks with a darker color. So if my darker pigmentation shows through my foundation, I'm not going to go crazy about it because I'm concealing the darker areas, just put a darker powder on my face afterwards. So I'm not too particular about this section, but for the most part, I'm pretty satisfied with how this is coming out. And then once I have all of that concealed, I wait for a little bit just so that it can dry up a little bit, and then go on top of it with my foundation. Alright guys, so I just went off camera and grabbed a hair clip to pull my hair back so you guys can get a better look at what I'm doing. And now that my concealer is mostly dry, I'm just going to go in with my foundation. Also, if you do have darker under eye circles, you would probably want to put this right up here too, but I don't really have an issue with that area, so I'm not going to do it today. But sometimes I'm looking a little raggedy, so I'll put that under my eyes. But today, for the sake of this video, I don't feel like I need to, so it's just going to be right here on my cheeks and around my mouth area. And then I'm just going to go in with this foundation. And I like to start, it's just a personal preference thing, but I like to start where the orange concealer is not. So that would be my forehead, and then work my way down. It's just to allow the concealer to have a little extra more time to dry, but there's really no other reason other than that. So yeah, I just like to go in, kind of dab it, spread it around, put it across my nose, and then I kind of work it down into the areas that I have the orange concealer. But the thing is, whenever you get to the orange concealer areas, you don't want to wipe. Like for me, whenever I put foundation on my forehead, I like to like wipe it like this. But whenever I get to this area, it's more of a dabbing motion versus a wipe, because I still don't want to spread the orange concealer around. I know it's not going to really go anywhere, but still I don't want to like mix it, like spread it around. And yeah, I just like to like dab on top of it. Alright, so since I did this part second and this part first, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And I have a little bit of foundation on my brush, and then I just go in and dab, 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 dab. I can already tell that the foundation is showing up brighter in this area, which is okay with me. But I am going to build the foundation so that it does look less bright. Because for me, I can see it in the mirror, but I don't know if it shows up on camera as well. But now this region is a little bit brighter than the rest of my skin, which is fine because I'm going to go in with more foundation later. So it's okay for now. But that does serve as confirmation that it is brightening up the darker pigmentation in your skin. Alright, so now that I have the coverage that I want, I'm just going to go in with a beauty blender and lightly blend in my whole face. So I'm just going to go ahead and line them and then throw some lipstick on. Okay, so I just did my lips. That's all I'm going to do for the sake of this video. I would normally continue and do the full face, and actually I do my lips very last. But for the sake of this video, I just want to show you guys how well the color correcting works underneath your foundation. So I showed you guys before video at the earlier part of this video. So I'm just want to show you what it looks like afterwards. So that is what I do to cover up my hyperpigmentation. I just use 2 products, the concealer and then the foundation. It would be 3 if you count the primer. But yeah, so I just try to use minimal products, 2 products, and then just try to lighten up the hyperpigmentation and the dark spots that are on my skin, and try to create like a flawless, seamless look. As if I had no skin issues. But that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it. So I just want to say thank you guys, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel before you head out. I post every single Sunday, so if you hit that notification bell, it'll notify you every single time that I post. And you're welcome to check out my page for more videos. Other than that, I will see you guys next week. Bye guys!